Welcome back to SnowRunner, everybody. Um, I set up this first one here since we have... Man, this thing is slow. Holy crap. I know I literally ended the episode saying that, but good lord. I guess I was kind of going through mud. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I have any upgrades for this really yet, so that might be part of it. Look how slow it is. Holy crap. Alright, so anyway, so I'm literally recording this the next day after the previous episode, so you know, I have time. I worked today only from 8 to 5. It was a technically it's President's Day. As I'm recording this, it's President's Day, and it was the thing I'm working this week is a local private school. Actually, it's a local Catholic private school. Is doing the Little Mermaid, and since they're a private school, they could have a school function today because they're private, so they can do whatever they want. But you know, public schools all were off school today, which they were off school today too. But in public school, if you're off school, like if school is, you know, either closed for snow day or whatever, or just, you know, a scheduled closed day, like a holiday, the school can't have a school like sanctioned function. Like you can't have, like, you know, sports practice or any kind of school function. But you know, since this is a private school, they can do whatever they want. But it was just basically like the initial like setup, tech day, whatever. Tomorrow is the first rehearsal, but I don't have to go in until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's kind of nice. But then I'll be there probably till 10 o'clock at least. And then Wednesday I only work like 3 hours. It's basically just for a staff meeting and some other things, but there's nothing going on in the theater that day. The school is just going to practice at their school that day, just because us techs are expensive, and you know, they have to pay a certain tech rate every day they're in the building. Thursday is the same as tomorrow, where I work from like 3 to whatever, 10 o'clock or so, till they're done their rehearsal. And then Friday, I believe, I actually don't know when I work Friday. One of the days I work like all day long. I think it's Saturday maybe, or maybe it is Friday. I don't know, I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't think this can attach to this, can it? If it can, that would be absolutely sick, but I don't think it can. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can at least load this into this trailer here, and then we can pick this up with a different truck. But this has a crane on it, so, you know, why not? Alright, this crane is absolutely awful. Whoops. I was like, why is it not working? Because I'm not in crane mode, that's why it's not working. Oh my god, come on. This crane is fucking terrible, man. See, this is why I don't use like stock scouts in the stock crane, because it's just fucking awful. Like, what? Why can't it lift this simple piece of cargo? Like, what is going on with it? it's like whenever you extend it out like that, it cannot lift anything. That's just so dumb. That's not how cranes work, man. Like, it won't lift it. It literally will not lift it. This is just stupid. All right, we're done with this burlap. I'm over it, dude. Restore crane and just recover it, because that thing's just fucking garbage right now. Let's jump in here and do some stuff. Sorry, that was a bust. There's some. I totally forgot that was a scout technically, and couldn't connect a trailer. I didn't really think about that. I was just kind of thinking I have a crane, I can use the crane, but that didn't work either. So let's do these. That's fine. And the other one needs 4, right? So where do we get planks? Oh, we gotta get them from the houses. That's fine. Can I go across that? It looks like it. We're gonna try. Alright. Now we're in the Zeeks. So this thing is just unstoppable. It's insane. It's a little overpowered, definitely, but you know, it's my favorite truck, so I'm gonna use a mod for it, because why not? I do have links in the description for some of the mods I use. I don't really use a whole lot. I have this one. I have the Mastodon by the same guy. I don't have that linked in the description, but it's made by the same exact guy as this Zeeks is. And then I have the F750, and then I just have like Free the Logs and some log trailers, or Olsom's trailers, which is also in the description. So feel free to check those out if you would like to try these mods out yourself. The guy that made this Zeeks mod and the other Zeeks, the Mastodon mod, you can use his mod and you know, not make the truck super overpowered. Like, you can still use all the stock stuff in this mod. The only reason I really like this mod is because you can put this crane on it like that, and the crane is much stronger, obviously, because it's a mod. And then, like, I can still fit this bed on here and still tow a trailer, so it's great. You wouldn't be able to do that with the vanilla version. So now, that being said, I do have this thing pretty overpowered. Like, I have the most powerful engine in it, whatever, because, you know, I don't really care. It's my game, and I'm gonna play it how I find it fun. And, you know, I plan to try to do a hard mode at some point, but I gotta finish off all of the regions first, and I can never get myself, you know, to the point where I am, you know, don't have a region to play. So just like this, you know, when I was on the cruise, I believe when I was on the cruise is when North Carolina was released. So, like, you know, I wasn't even home when it released, and then I still had, you know, I still have to get through Scandinavia. So we just, you know, we have some SnowRunner to play, and that's all we're going to be playing on the channel right now, so it's all good. We'll get through Scandinavia, and we'll get through North Carolina, and then, I don't know, I may take a break from SnowRunner, I guess, and, oh, why does it do that? I'm not new to the game, what the hell? I may just take a break from SnowRunner, but keep in mind, it doesn't mean I'm not going to post. I may just start MudRunner and just see if we can get the Platinum Trophy on MudRunner, just for fun, because, you know, I've never played MudRunner, and I'd like to get the Platinum Trophy. I know MudRunner is very different, so, you know, I'm prepared for that. Oh yeah, let me do this so that goes away. It's annoying. Okay, so yeah, like, I'm aware that it's, you know, it's different and it's not as, you know, polished, I guess, as SnowRunner is, but I know there are a lot of features in MudRunner that people prefer over SnowRunner, so, you know, it'd be cool to play it. I have read that the multiplayer trophies can kind of be a pain in the ass, but I can always just download it on my PlayStation 4 and just join with another account, and that'll work. So I could just easily... Well, that one only has one. I could easily just, why didn't it disappear though? That's weird. It says there's only one. Oh, it has medium planks. These are just all supposed to be wooden planks, right? Western blockage, wooden planks. Eastern blockage, wooden planks. Alright, let's get... I just want to get all of them. I need 4 for the 1 and 2 for this one, so... I don't mind this method of getting the cargo. I think it works for certain maps, for sure. I remember when I first played, what was it? The first Canada map that they had released. I think it was the first Canada map. The one with the gold mine and like the big cat vehicle. Why can't I think of it? Oh, shit. I can't think of it, but I think it was like one of the first Canada maps. A lot of people hate that region just because it's very like tedious and you basically just drive the same route over and over and over and you have to go through that like really muddy, watery path and it's just slow. I actually don't mind that though. It's the one with Big Salmon Peak, whatever region that is. I can't think of it. It's a 4-map region, but I don't know. I really like that region. Big Salmon Peak is like one of my favorite maps. But as in when it comes down to like the whole region as a whole, my favorite region is definitely Coal Peninsula. And I know I talked about this literally in just the last episode, but I just love that region so much. It's just so good. It's difficult, but like it's like a good kind of difficult, if that makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Let's go this way. All right, I don't always, I mean, if you've been around the channel, you know I don't always do this. But I do also tend to get lost really easily, or like just, you know, I'll be talking because it's a ski slope. Oh, sorry. I'll be talking about something and just totally miss my turn or whatever. And then typically when that happens, I tend to lose my train of thought and totally forget what I was talking about. So then we're just, you know, totally messing everything up, and then we just start talking about something else, and then I'll eventually come back to what I was talking about randomly at some point later on when I remember. But you know, it's always a toss-up on what I'm going to talk about and if I can keep my train of thought to you know, keep the story going. Alright, Jesus Christ. So anyway, I don't know what else. What can we talk about here? Didn't really do a whole... I mean, I did do a lot of work today, I guess. It's not that I didn't. Me and David, who's the other sound guy, he's mainly our main sound guy. He's like our A1. He's new entirely to the building. I have previously obviously worked here, you know, in past years, and then just recently again since I had gone back as working part-time. So like I know everyone there and everything. I know all like the upper staff and like management and all that stuff. So it was really, you know, it's why I was offered the full-time position that I am in now. So anyway, but he had just recently moved back to the area. He's not really from here per se, but he has family around here, and he just recently moved into the area. And he knows a lot. He knows a lot about the board we have. He's used it a lot. He's toured with that specific board. And like I said, I know I actually talked about him just in the previous episode, but I don't know. I can learn a lot from him because, like, I can run our board. You know, I have no issues running our soundboard. It's Yamaha CL5. It's a fantastic board. It's a very common board. It's a very it's usually on most riders. Most sound engineers will have that as an acceptable board on their rider, and you know, it's a well accepted board across the industry. So I can run it, absolutely, but he just is like an absolute whiz on it. So, you know, I'm excited to learn some things from him on that. But yeah, like so since he's like he's our A1 technically, I guess I'm A2 if you want to be specific about it, but it's, you know, I don't really care that much. I just call myself a sound tech, and that's really all. I don't enjoy lighting. I never have. I've always hated it. Hated it when I was in school. I do have an education in this. Maybe someday I'll tell you where I went, but I am not going to tell you where I went. So anyway, maybe I have said it before. I don't know. If I did, whatever. I need to get out of this freaking water. Jesus. So see, this truck can get stuck. It can get stuck even if it's overpowered. So anyway, I was helping him. You know, it's a musical and it's a high school kids. So, well, I guess it's not all high school. This private school is kindergarten through 12th grade, I guess. So, but anyway, it is mostly the older kids. It's like the high school age kids. So there's not a whole lot of them because it is a very small school. And the sad thing is they are actually shutting down. This is their final year, which is kind of sad. Like, that school's been this school year for like decades, like a very long time. Like, I mean, there's, you know, like older people that are like in their 60s and 70s that graduated from this school. So like, it's, you know, it's an old school, but I don't really know all the details, but basically from what I understand, or from what I was told or overheard, was that they're not getting any more funding from like the Catholic Church, so that's why they're basically closing down. But anyway, they have, you know, so it's a musical, so the kids all have, you know, like belt pack wireless microphones with like Countryman microphones, like over the ear, you know, microphones. And we had to go through, it's like a hodgepodge of equipment. We have a set of 8 from the sound company that I technically used to work for when I was working part-time at the theater. We still rent a lot of stuff from them. And then, so we have 8 rented from them. 2 of them didn't work. 2 packs and 2 microphones, or, you know, elements, didn't work. We couldn't get one of them. We couldn't get any signal at all. We tried multiple channels. The other one, we could get a signal, but it would drop out. Like, it wouldn't stay connected. So same thing with that one. We just kind of put it aside, and we technically only asked for 10, but they gave us 12 just because it's how their rack is set up. So but anyway, that those didn't work. And then so we have 4 in the house that are the same exact model, everything. We used 2 of ours, I think, and then we have 8 from the school that are a different brand, but they'll still work fine. So we got all that figured out, and got them all like line checked and everything, so they're all good to go for tomorrow for rehearsal. And then I had to, since he's really the main sound guy for this particular show, he basically stayed, you know, at the board and was just working on some scenes and things like that, so he can typically just kind of, you know, set it up so he kind of has to just mix a certain group of things instead of mixing like every single kid that's on stage, which is typically how you run musicals. You typically set up scenes, and they're all kind of just set at unity, and then you set them into like DCA groups, and then you kind of just mix the DCA groups, and then like you keep like the main character, which I guess would be Ariel in this sense. She kind of has her own, and then like, you know, you just kind of mix like the ensemble with the main and just all that stuff. So it's kind of how, it's just a technique for mixing musicals. Not everyone mixes musicals that way, but he does, and the way he's explained it to me, it makes a ton of sense. So I actually don't really, I mean, I don't mind doing musicals. I prefer when it's more adults over kids, because when you put a bunch of microphones on kids, it just never really ends well. They tend to cause a lot of feedback. They tend to not really know how microphones work, or they talk, when they should be being quiet because their microphone is hot and everything they say gets put through the PA, and it's just, just stuff like that. So, and anyway, we did all that, and then he was working on just, setting up the show, and then I, with the one of our other full-time techs, who's a lighting tech, he didn't really have any lighting stuff to do yet, so he was going to I guess I could do this. So he was just going to help me, and we had to hang. They have these, like, they're made out of like a plastic corrugated like siding kind of thing, and then like cement tubes that you would get to pour like a cement footing or whatever. And let me just pack this real quick. And then there are 4 of them, and they're kind of made to look like marble pillars, so I had to get those hung from a batten over the stage so that they could be flown in and flown out and not seen when they're out. So that's always a fun task, because we have to just basically use tie line, which is just like a string that we use in the industry. It's just a black string, whatever. And we have to tie it to the batten, and they have to be like really, really, really long, because obviously it has to be able to hang down to the stage. They're about an inch off the stage. Like, they don't sit on the stage, but they hang. They hang about a half, or about an inch off the stage. That'll work. So anyway, I had to hang those, and whenever you do that kind of stuff, like, it's always a pain. It's really, oh, god damn it, it's really hard to measure it, just because of the way that it works, and like when you fly the batten in, like, it's just a big long metal bar that's flown over top of the stage. If you don't know what I mean by flown, it's just a term used, especially in theater, but it's really anywhere. And in the industry, anything that's flown means it is hanging above your head, like either on chain motors or, on a pin rail, like sandbag pulley system like we have at this theater. Like, this theater is it's a 100-year-old theater. So, well, it's over 100 years old. So it's a historic building, and part of the historic charm of it is that we have it could be referred to as a hemp house, meaning we have ropes and sandbags, and that is how we fly things. We have sandbags that are connected by a thing called a Sunday, which is basically like an aircraft cable, like a stainless steel cable that is a solid loop, but it does have like a crimped connector to close the loop, but it's like a loop, and you put the piece of steel, I will remember what I'm talking about, I promise. Where am I going with this? I don't even have it active. What was it? Shoring up losses. Yeah, it was this. Okay, so where do I need to go with it? Right there. Am I going the right way? No, you turn around. Let's actually leave that and just turn around, because I mean, I could just delete this trailer that I have, but I don't really want to do that, so we're just going to tow the sideboard. Alright, so, so like I was talking about flying things above the stage, blah, 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 blah. So, anyway, they had to be, it's hard to measure, because the batten is just flown, so it's not like fixed. So when you fly it in, which flying it in means that you bring the batten all the way down to basically to the stage to where it's like waist height, so you can work on it and tie whatever you're tying to it. But it moves around, because it's just hanging there, so it's not like a fixed thing. So when you're trying to tie something to it, it's moving, so it's hard to measure one. And it's hard to get 4 things across the stage, evenly spaced and perfectly like balanced and like in line, so it looks even and level. And oh my god, it took so long. We got all 4 of them on, and the middle 2 were like almost perfect. The one stage left was probably about 6 inches off the stage, and then the one stage right was like literally sitting on stage. Like it was not floating at all. It was sitting down on the stage. So we fixed the stage right side and we got it perfect. It matched. Did I pick it? I'm so confused. Okay, no, I haven't. I'm good. It matched perfectly. Like, I don't know. It was crazy. It worked out perfectly and I got it perfect. Now the stage left side, now at this point we were fixing it. When we had it up, it was flown, and when we fixed the stage right side, we did it with it flown. I just got a ladder out. We propped it up on like some stage weights, so I had some slack in the line, and I retied it, and it was perfect. Now, our stage left side, our tie line was too short, so we had to cut new tie line, and then so we had to fly it all the way back in, untie the old tie line, and I tied the new tie line on, but did not connect it to the like pillar. And then we flew the batten back out again, and then I tied the pillar to the tie line that we had tied to the rope, just like we did the stage right side while it was like flying. And I could not for the life of me get it to work. I got the one side and it was pretty good, but like I could not get there was like 2 points on each one, so they don't spin, because it's not a full cylinder. They like took like one of those cardboard like concrete tubes and like cut it in half. So it's only like, you know, a half, what is it? What do you call that? A half circle or whatever. So the backside is, you know, open basically, and it's just got like 2x4s that are just keeping it in its shape. So like they're not heavy, they're very lightweight, but anyway, they still need 2 points of contact on the bar, because if they don't, they will just spin, and you don't want them to spin because they're not perfectly round, because they're cut in half. And I don't know why. I'm trying to do too many things at once here, so that's why I keep repeating myself. So anyway, I could not get the other side, and like I was just like, man, like this is like, we were cutting it real close. Like we needed to get it done because it was, you know, they were about to come back from their lunch, and they needed to start like running through queues and like doing lighting stuff and whatnot. So we needed to get it up so they could do that for that scene and just, you know, get off the stage and clear it out. So I was like panicking because I was like, we got like 5 more minutes to get this done. So anyway, I had Noah hold. He's one of our lighting techs. I had Noah hold it, and I was like, all right, I have an idea. So I was like, hold it where it needs to be. So he held it exactly where it needed to be. And I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but on the pillars there were eye hooks. Like that's how they were attaching to the pillars, because the eye hooks were screwed into the top 2x4, and then we were just tying the tie line with a slip knot and then securing it off with a square knot. The slip knot basically tightens on itself, so when you put weight on it, it basically just gets tighter. And then I usually add like a square knot or 2 afterwards, just to give it a little bit of extra security. It's not going to go anywhere, but you know, just so that for some reason the slip knot failed or whatever, but it shouldn't. It's basically like, I don't know, it's pretty foolproof. I've hung things like this multiple times. I'm very confident in my knots, so I'm not worried about it. Noah was not very good at tying knots. I had to fix most of his knots, but he was just laughing about it. He knows he's not good at tying knots. But anyway, so since the eye hook was there, I was like, hold it where it needs to be. So I had the line going through the eye hook, and then I basically just wrapped it around the base of the eye hook like 4 or 5 times so it was tight. And then I was like, all right, let go. And he let go, and it just stayed exactly where it needed to be. So then I just tied my normal knot, like my slip knot, like I did all the other ones, and then, you know, tied it off, and it was perfect. And it looked so good. Like I was so impressed with how it looked, and I don't know, it like the amount of times I've hung things like that, and I never thought of using the eye hooks like that. I don't know why, but like it made it so much easier. So next time we do that, like I will have a better plan, and we'll be able to do it way better. So, all right, let's see if we can do some more things. So I know that was a super long-winded thing, but oh look, there's the scallop flatbed. I don't know why I said it like that. That was weird. flatbed. Alright, where did I... Oh, I fucking sent it back to the garage, didn't I? Son of a bitch. Where's the garage? Isn't the garage, like, right? Where's the garage? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, it's just kind of far away, but I guess let's just do it. Need to go to the garage. Like, yeah, that's the only engine I have. I guess that's just the only engine it has. I don't have the high range gearbox. Yeah. So I think that'll make it a little faster. I don't have like anything for it, but that's alright. We'll just, it's just a little slow, but it'll be alright. I mean, I guess I could just, here, let's do this. There we go. Alright, now go across here. Just gonna go this way. And then we just follow the road. There. Perfect. This will just be faster. And then I can just use the F750 once I get the service spare parts on the flatbed. Seems silly, but I do like the Burlak. It's just, it feels very slow, and the crane sucks. Like, I may honestly look into a mod, because I really, really hate weak cranes. Like, I don't know why they make the cranes so weak. Like, I get it, sure, you shouldn't be able to lift a car or a vehicle with that crane, but, like, that crane should not struggle to lift cargo. Like, that's ridiculous. Especially, like, the single cargoes. That crane should be able to do it no problem at full extension. It's literally the most ridiculous thing. Oh man, I have my contacts in today. My eyes are so irritated from it for some reason. It's the worst. I just haven't really worn my contacts that much in the last 3 years, so like when I wear them, they just really irritate my eyes. It's weird though, because sometimes I can wear them and it's fine, and then other times I can wear them and they drive me insane. I mean, I don't have them in right now. I took them out when I got home from work, but for some reason my eyes are just like annoyed still. Oh, I actually, since today's a holiday too, I worked today for 8 hours, but I also still got an extra 8 hours of holiday pay because it's a holiday. So that's fun. Actually, I worked 9 hours today. I worked 8 to 5. Yeah, it's 9 hours. I really didn't take a break. I mean, granted, there were some periods of time where I wasn't doing anything and I was just sitting there, but yeah, that big trailer. Probably won't use it. Unless it's a mission trailer, but I don't think it is. I don't think it's required for anything. Alright, I'm going to detach. Let me go get this trailer and drag it out here, and then I'll just go in here and grab each thing and just cart it out. See, this is another reason why I love this 750, because it is a Scout, but the vanilla 750 cannot connect to Scout trailers. It can only connect to like the regular trailers. So, whoops. So being able to do both with this is just so nice. Whoops. And I know people probably disagree with me and think that that's cheating, that it can connect to both trailers, but I'm sorry, a truck like that, like if you've ever seen an F-750 in real life, they are absolutely huge. And so the fact that it can tow, like, you know, some big trailers, sure, absolutely it can. But, like, it could also tow a small trailer. Like, there's no reason why it couldn't. Granted, it would be kind of goofy because, you know, it's a small trailer, but... I feel like the problem here is no diff lock. Damn it, don't turn off my diff lock. If you didn't know, you can use reverse gear with diff lock because reverse gear is considered a low gear, but it does not work in auto reverse. You can only do it with the actual reverse gear. The other one, how's my time? We're perfect. Once we get this on, it'll be quick. Like I said, I really do like this truck. I just think it's a little, like, without having any upgrades, it's a little underwhelming, but it is a beast. I just love the way it looks. Doesn't the inside look really cool? Oh yeah, it's got like spare parts in it and stuff. And there's like a bed in here, I'm pretty sure. It's really cool. Little vent. It's pretty neat, I like it. There we go. Alright, now get this one done. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. I just... I want to check to see, too, if I'm missing any tasks on the map that I haven't picked up before we end this episode, so... But I feel like these past 2 episodes, I've gotten a lot done. Like, we've done a lot. Really shortened that list up. Alright. We are almost there. Let's go. Man, I really have been enjoying recording again. Like, I missed it, but like at the same time, like I was a little burnt out from it, I think. So it was nice to have a little bit of a break, but I think I'm getting back into it now. It's gonna be good. No. All right, so we have 3 left on here. So accidents happen. There's the one that I have. Accidents happen. Rocky Chasm power generator. So wet work is one that we have not picked up. So there's accident happen. Wet work. Power generator. Rocky Chasm. Yeah. Okay. So wet work is the only one I'm missing. I saw that somewhere. Where was it? Right there. What's our time? Yeah, let's go grab that real quick. It's not that far away. Let's go grab it. We got time. I know y'all like the long episodes too, don't lie about it. I know you probably like when I play with a wheel too, but again, I'm just not in the mood to get the wheel out. That's so much work, man. And I get annoyed carting it up the stairs, taking it back down and setting it up. It's a lot, man. I wish I had a permanent setup. I would just leave it set out, but I just don't, and you know that's not happening anytime soon. So there's many things on my list that I want before buying, or before like even remotely thinking about building a computer. Would I love to build a computer? Sure, but would I really use it that much for as much as it would cost to build? Probably not. What am I doing? Now, would I spend more, if not probably the same amount, on a MacBook? Absolutely, because I want a MacBook and I would get way more use out of a MacBook than I would out of a full-blown desktop PC. And I know you may be thinking, Adam, you're wrong, that's not true, but it just is. Like, I'm not going to be able to just sit on my couch with my desktop PC and look up thing like game help or whatever, because like again, I'm not like, yeah, if I had a PC I could record straight to the PC from the PlayStation, but then I'd have to have my PlayStation in a room. Like, I'd have to make an office space for myself, which I really don't have that in this house. I'd have to literally build it in my basement, and we're currently considering, like, half of my basement is like partly finished, like it has carpet and a drop ceiling and it's just painted cinder block, but like it's, you know, it's decent, it's not bad. So we're going to try to add some, like, get all of the boys' toys down there. There is a TV down there, but since we we bought a new TV. It's actually coming tomorrow. Actually, as it goes live, it may be on my wall already. I don't know. We'll see. I do work tomorrow, so I don't know that I'll be able to get it installed. It's supposed to come between like 10 a.m. and 2. I have to work at 3, so unless it comes early, like in between 10 and 11, I doubt I'm going to install it. Because I am going to have to adjust. I have to put up a new bracket, because the bracket that I have is not big enough. And obviously the holes don't match up because it's a different brand. The bracket that I had on the wall is just like a cheap one that I had bought from Lowe's. I don't even remember what the brand. It was probably Project Source, if I'm being honest here, which is Lowe's like store brand basically. But I did buy a Sanus mount this time, which Sanus is probably like the most well-known mount company in the industry when it comes to mounting TVs to a wall. And I have a lot of experience with Sanus mounts. I used to install a lot of TVs with a local residential AV company, local family-owned residential AV company. And fun fact, I actually work with the guy that I used to do a lot of installations with, because he is a part-time maintenance guy. Oh, damn it. He's a part-time maintenance guy at the theater, so I see him pretty often. And he was like literally like my install buddy. I mean, he's older. He's like he could be my dad. Like, he's that age. But he's a really nice guy. And his brother is the one that owns the business, the AV business that I worked for. And you know, they're still in business, and he still does installs for his brother and everything. But I was always with him because the owner has 2 sons that are actually, they're older than me even. They're like close to 40-ish, but they do a lot of installs too, but they usually do installs together. Okay, we got it. So I was always with the owner's brother. And so I installed a lot of TVs with him. So it's good to see him. It's fun to work with him again. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, his daughter then is the, what's her title? Programming manager, I think, or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So it's neat. I basically, you know, it's kind of like I work for them again. But anyway, regardless. I used to use a lot of Sanus mounts with them, so you know, I know the mount really well, and it's just a matter of I have to drill some new holes and whatever else. But I just thought about that. I might have to go get. Well, no, I actually might be able to hit 2 studs because it is a bigger mount, so it might be all right. The one that's up there right now has some really beefy drywall anchors. They're like the toggler ones where like. It's got like a plastic zip tie kind of thing, and there's like a metal piece on the end that like you slide it in the hole, and then you slide the plastic pieces, and the metal thing flips up and grabs the wall, and then the bolt threads through a threaded like insert in that metal thing, and it can hold like 320 pounds or something in drywall. It's insane. So obviously TVs aren't really that heavy anymore, but you know, it's enough. I have the one side is in just 2 big lags and a stud, and then the other side is just the drywall anchors. But obviously with this newer mount, I should be able to hit at least 2 studs because my studs are 16 on center, so I should be fine. The mount that's up there I couldn't make it work, so I had to use anchors. But anyway, I'm gonna have to make new holes, and I'm gonna have to adjust it. It is a bigger TV, so even if I could use the old mount holes, it probably wouldn't be in the right spot on the wall anyway. So you know, you gotta think, or you know, I don't want to be a meme on TV too high, the subreddit. Although they would probably tell me my TV's too high. I don't think it is personally, but if I'm sitting on the couch, my eyes are maybe a little lower than the center of the screen, which I know isn't ideal, but it's just how it is. I mean, we have an entertainment stand that's, I think, 36 inches tall, and then you know, I have a center channel speaker and then 2 left and right speakers sitting on top of it, so like it kind of is how it has to be. I do have about 2 inches that I could drop it, so we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, I know I'm just rambling now. You're probably not paying attention anymore. You probably already left. If you did not, though, let me know, and I will see you in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you in the next episode. Have a good one.